Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is BDF44. I was just watching Skip Bayless's question and answer segment on YouTube. I think it's about 50 minutes. And someone came in there and asked him about Floyd Mayweather's record, 50-0. Why isn't he impressed by Floyd's record? So it prompted me to immediately hop on here and make a video that probably should have been made years and years ago, before I had a platform, when this thought first came to my mind. I've always felt like, now let me preface this by saying the execution of said plan may not work, but I always thought I had a decent basic man's game plan for how to approach Floyd Mayweather in the ring. And when I say basic man, meaning I ain't got no sweet science in my head. I've never trained boxing and all that. I just looked from afar, saw what he was doing, and figured, hey, no one's tried this, or if they have tried it, they haven't executed it well enough to win. What I notice about Floyd Mayweather, and I'm sure most of you all have as well, is Floyd Mayweather's whole get down is, his plan is to beat you on the scorecards. He's never, ever going in there thinking, let me make this person look bad, in terms of let me blow their face up with a bunch of purple and red spots. Let me knock them out. He's not even considering that aspect of the sport when he's getting in the ring. A lot of times he gets in the ring with people who are looking to beat him up, which is fine because it's boxing, the art of punching and moving around. But his mentality, as I see it, is not to do so. His mentality is to make it so that he lands more punches than you, while you can hardly ever touch him. And his physical gifts and his ability to be great defensively has enabled him to execute that plan effortlessly against his carefully picked opponents. That's key to what Mayweather does as well. He carefully picks his opponents. Not only does he carefully pick his opponents, but he also carefully picks when to fight them. He fights them when he knows he has an opportunity to have an advantage, whether it be psychological, physical, or what have you. He put off that Manny Pacquiao fight till Manny Pacquiao was too old to keep up with him. He knew he could outlast Manny Pacquiao, but he knew he couldn't do it while Manny Pacquiao was in his prime. I used to always say Manny Pacquiao fought like he had glass in his gloves. Anytime he fought somebody, their face was messed up, looked like they were cut up. Mayweather wasn't about to fight that man until all of that energy left Manny Pacquiao. He waited, 7, 8 years before he fought that man? That was strategic. But anyway, I've gotten a little off topic, but the point is, my approach to Floyd Mayweather would have been, don't be aggressive. You have to assure that you hit him more times than he hits you, and you have to understand that he's not coming at you. Everybody that I've witnessed fight Floyd Mayweather, and I've watched quite a few of his fights over the years, they always come at him, and he uses their energy against them on some judo stuff. You push your weight toward me, and I'm using that energy to push you off and then proceeding to counter. That is how he beats people. Some say he runs. Yes, he utilizes the clock very, very well. He understands how to utilize the clock. He understands how to utilize the scorecards, and that is how he's beaten all 50 of those people he's fought. What you have to do is make him come at you. That's what I've observed. Make him the aggressor. Take him out of his comfort zone, which is to use your energy against you. Take him out of his comfort zone, which is to use your mentality of, let me beat him up, against you. He doesn't want to beat you up. He just wants to have a better numbers report at the end of the sport. That is it. Literally, that is all. If his numbers are higher than yours, he knows he's won the fight. He doesn't have to go in there and beat you up, and he knows that he can dodge most of the punches that you throw at him. So you don't. You get to the other side of the ring, and you wait for him to come to you, and if no one ever swings at anybody, then you got to draw. That's how you get an opportunity to not lose against a man like that. You make him the aggressor. And you have to stay disciplined throughout 12 rounds in doing so. Because every time someone goes at him in any way, shape, or form, anytime someone steps toward him, they put themselves in his crosshairs. His gift is to be defensive, to be quicker to you, and he can dodge anything and everything at all times. It's just who he is. He's the best defensive fighter I've ever seen. So you make him play offense. You make him think offense the whole time. You give him nothing to defend. And people be like, well, it'd be like 3 punches thrown, and you'd be 2 people standing on each side of the ring. You have to take that chance. And anybody that uses that strategy will have more of a chance of success than any of the 50 people that's beat him. You have to make him the aggressor. You have to force him to get frustrated to the point where he's coming at you. That's your chance. I'm not going to say that's going to win the fight, but that's your best bet. And I've yet to see anyone, and I mean anyone, take that approach. They always go into the ring thinking, I'm going to knock him out. I'm going to beat him up. I'm going to make his face bloody. No, you're not. You never are. You never are. What you're going to do is get in the ring, swing at air. He's going to dodge all that. He's going to jab you to death. Then he's going to go back into his corner. And when the ring is over, when the fight is over, he's going to have a better scorecard. You got to beat him on the scorecards, people. I know he's retired, so it's redundant. I wish I would have made this video about 7-8 years ago when I started realizing he was doing all of this, when I started formulating my thoughts about this situation. But I felt it was no better time than the present one at hand since it came to mind and I have this platform now. I'm not a fool. And I've said this twice in this video. It does not necessarily mean that this works, because when you're talking about greatness, greatness will adapt, and I believe that Floyd Mayweather is every bit as great as he's been advertised to be. But you have to identify what it is that he's doing. And I think most of the fighters that have come into the ring, they just don't approach him properly. They're playing checkers. He's playing chess. They have a certain mentality and a certain idea of how the sweet sport of boxing is supposed to go, the sweet science is supposed to go, and he's teaching them a lesson every time. He's picking them apart. Don't come at him. Make him the aggressor. Anyway, that's what I've been wanting to say for years. I hope everybody appreciates this video. And yeah, if you're a Floyd Mayweather fan, understand I'm a fan of him on the inside the ring as well. Outside the ring, I haven't really had too much of a positive an opinion based on some of the stuff that I've seen, flashiness and stuff like that, which is cool. But I just think, for me, and this is coming from a broke man's perspective who's never had that type of luxury, it just seems like he's kind of overcompensating for something. It feels like some people when they floss and they show what they have, it's as if they're proud of what they have and they're happy that they have it. I get the feeling that he's trying to show everybody, see, I'm as valuable as you don't believe I am. I'm as valuable as I don't believe I am. That's what it feels like to me from a psychological standpoint. And, you know, I don't know if anybody else feels that way when they watch him, but I just be sad, honestly. I just be really sad. He comes off to me as the guy who has it all, who's not happy, not fulfilled, who's won it all and still feels like a loser. Still feels like he has to prove to people that he's not a loser. And it's like he missed something along the way that would give him an inner depth of peace to where, yeah, he can appreciate all of his riches, but if they were snatched away, he would still feel just as confident. You know what I mean? That was not instilled in him, it seems to me. And that's sad. I really do. I feel bad when I see that. Even though I'm sure he would feel bad if he saw my little apartment. I feel like in my spirit, if I were to lay my head down and never wake up again, I feel more enriched in all of my flaws, all of my accomplishments and everything in between. And it just doesn't seem like that person has reached that place yet. He's still trying to obtain things and show that he has things to represent his worth. And that's a tragic thing, especially for somebody with the talents and the accomplishments and the greatness and just the pride of being somebody who's done a lot of good things for himself. You know what I mean? Someone who's accomplished things in this world that most people would love to accomplish. That should be enough. And the vibes that I get from him when I watch him on some of his videos is that it's not. It's just not. So that's a personal opinion. I could be way off about that, and I'd be open to being off about that. But that's just what it looks like. But that's outside the ring. Inside the ring, He's untouchable, and the reason why is because he's been given gifts, defensive gifts, psychological advantages, understanding that it just seems that 99.9% of the fighters that face him do not have. But yeah, that's what I got to say, man. Hope everybody has a great day, and yeah, that's it. BDF 44. Peace.